What is up, Knights of Vex, and welcome to the Datacron Set 30 review. Want to start out by saying apologies for this being so delayed. New era, lots of new content, took a lot of time and effort, and I haven't had a chance to get down to it, but Conquest is coming Monday, so we're going to get it out before the start of Conquest, and I think this is going to be a great way to start and prioritize the new Datacron set. So, if you guys haven't checked out my Datacron set review in the past, I like to go over all the stats, the level 3s, the 6s, the 9s, the one I think is the most OP of the set, ranking of all the focus Datacrons, as well as a cool little cheat sheet at the end to help you narrow down and look at exactly what I would recommend in terms of Datacrons for the teams recommended. And this will be located in my Discord in the infographics section for specifically Datacron infographics. So if you guys haven't joined my Discord, that link is always in the description down below. So highly recommend you join. Really good community, awesome GAC players, and just overall really fun time. So without further ado, let's get right into the review. Lots to talk about. Here we go. Set 30. Starting out with the stats. Always like to start out with this, and you're going to see me moving around the webcam throughout the entire video because the slides are all, different. You're going to see me going big and small, but let's start out with the stats. Another clear winner for this set always will be defense. The high defense rolls are always the most powerful and most impactful for most team comps. Just being able to mitigate that high damage, it could really turn the tide and change matchups. I'm not even kidding. And there's no armor penetration to counteract defense this particular set. So it's going to be tough on trying to get through these high defense crons once there's no armor pen involved. So have to make a note of that. Crit damage, health protection, all very important extra damage. A lot of teams are based off of their health. We have a lot of teams requiring protection. You have teams like JML, now Satil Shan. We have Jocasta New, who does very well with high protection. So the need for high protection crons are becoming a necessity for every single set. So the fact that we have protection for this one is very good. Recommending you get at least 3 good protection crons for the set. Decent, always in the decent category, not priority for me. Potency and tenacity, not stats you want to always aim for. You're probably going to end up re-rolling for higher stats in like strong category, but having a nice high potency cron or a nice high tenacity cron, having one of each in each set is always nice to have for a certain matchup. So I'm going to recommend that there. And I think the personal wasted stat is always going to be critical chance. It's going to be the one that you're always constantly re-rolling. Just not enough to make impacts in certain matchups. Yes, is it nice to have high crit chance on certain team comps? Maybe one high crit chance cron? Yes, but for the majority, not a stat you're going to want to go for. So that's a nice quick wrap up with the stats. Moving on to the next one, and this is where you're going to see me moving all over, and we're going to get a little bit smaller here. How do I do this? There we go. Okay, starting out with the Dark Side level 3. There's 2 clear strong ones that I would recommend. The first one being whenever a Dark Side ally inflicts a debuff on an enemy, they deal damage to that enemy equal to 2% of the enemy's max health. Very good for Dark Side. They're known. That faction is known. Or not faction, but that side is known for applying debuffs. Heavy debuff era, or whatever you call it. They're heavy with debuffs. So you have like Sith, Lord Vader, Trench, number of different teams that are constantly applying debuffs that this is going to do a lot of damage to the enemy. So that is by far the best one of the set for the majority of Sith teams. The second best one is going to be whenever Dark Side allies use a basic ability, they gain speed up for 2 turns. Very good for Jabba. He actually takes a crazy amount of turns when he has speed up. Good for Imperial Troopers. Good for Pirate King Hondo. All very good things. Being able to go faster and take more turns, increasing your speed, is always a very strong stat. Now, the one decent one I have for here is Dark Side allies have 100% critical chance while attacking out of turn. Never going to outweigh the other 2 that we listed, but being able to get a guaranteed crit when you're attacking out of turn is kind of nice because there are certain Sith teams that aren't known, or Dark Side teams that aren't known to have high crit chance. Like, a Sith team doesn't really hit that hard with crits if you're using Amalgus, but still would recommend the other 2 first. But I'm not going to categorize this as a bad one. It's decent, but not going to outweigh the other 2. The 2 bad ones. Whenever Dark Side allies daze or stun an enemy, they recover 10% health protection. There's not enough going on here for it to make it worth it. Like, obviously the health protection recovery is nice, but the daze and stun is very situational to the team that you're using and never going to outweigh the other ones. And probably the worst one of the entire set is whenever Dark Side allies inflict a debuff, they gain 2% crit chance stacking for 3 turns. The worst one. that is the one that you're going to get mad that you get. You're going to have to reroll. It is literally a wasted level 3. By far the worst one of the set. Don't even have to talk about it any further. It is just bad. Moving on to light side. Let's keep this going. The clear winner of the level 3s for the set is going to be the light side max health and protection level 3. Always the strongest, probably the strongest level 3 printed besides 25% turn meter is this level 3. Being able to just get tankier and more durable is the way to go. And with a defense set, the matchups are going to be very hard. You're going to see some possible timeouts or just very elongated battles when you see stuff like this. So, at the start of the encounter, light side allies gain 50% max health protection for each other light side ally until the end of the encounter. The clear winner. 90% of your teams are going to want it, by far. The next strong one, but unfortunately it's being way outweighed by the other one, but it's still strong in any other set. Whenever light side allies use a special ability, they gain 50% turn meter. This game's all about turn meter. The more turn meter, the more turns you take, the more likely you're going to win, in most cases. So, being able to take more turns, better for you. That's why it's strong. 2 decent ones. Light side allies start the battle with protection up for 2 turns. Not anything crazy, but it's nice to have because we do have a Galactic Republic set that very much benefits from protection up. So, not sure it's going to outweigh the max health of protection 3, but there are synergies along with the 3, 6, and 9 for Galactic Republic. So this is going to be a situational one, by far. So I want you guys to keep a note that just because it's decent doesn't mean it's wasted or not good. There will be ties to the level 6 and 9 for Galactic Republic with that level 3. The next decent one, light side allies have a 100% crit chance while attacking at a turn. Same concept as the other one that I mentioned for the dark side. Sometimes that, like when you're using Padawan Obi-Wan and he's constantly attacking at a turn, but he can't crit, this will help him get a higher crit. But again, not going to outweigh anything. It's just nice to have once in a while. And the second worst one of the set for the level 3s is light side allies recover 2% health whenever they critically hit an enemy. If you're at the point where you're relying on this to recover health, you're probably in bad shape anyway. So this is not going to be a good level 3 for the set. And that's going to wrap up the light side. We're now going to move on to the Sith Level 6, and these are pretty interesting. First one, clear strongest one. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with fear, pain, or shock, Sith allies gain 5% offense stacking until the end of the battle. There is no cap here. That's what I love about this. So, like, if you're using Malgus, right? The offense ramping is going to be through the roof. They're constantly inflicting fear. Pain is a Traya team with Scion, but shock all the time. There's Darth Revan, Malgus, Malik, fear from Malik, Bastila, Revan. Like, their offense ramping is going to be off the charts. And, like, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but the fact that they gave Revan a Darth Revan a focused Datacron while there's a Sith set, it seems like such a waste. It's kind of annoying because, like, if you want to give him a focused Datacron, give it to him while there's not a Sith set, because this is clearly going to be stronger than his focused Datacron. But regardless, that's the strongest of the set for the most part. The second strongest, which is going to help teams that with Sith teams that don't have those mechanics. Whenever a Sith ally falls below 100% health, they gain a bonus turn limit once per character per battle. So, 2 conditions here that I want to keep a note of. The first one, Darth Vader duels N, starts the encounter less than 100% health. That is more than likely going to trigger a bonus turn. So he's literally going to start the encounter going first. Want to keep a note of that. So Darth Vader duels N is going to do some crazy things. Even his focus Datacron's going away. He's going first. Unless there's something else I'm missing here. His health gets reduced in the beginning of battle. That's a bonus turn. So you're going to start out getting AoE fractured and blown up. Going to be very interesting to see. Looking forward to it. So that's the second strongest one. And also, to keep a note is that Darkseid Rey is considered a Sith. So, be kind of nice in certain situations if she got a bonus turn, you know what I mean? Just want to keep that a note. Next 2 decent ones. Whenever enemies are damaged at the start of their turn, Sith allies gain 2% turn meter. So, don't think it's going to outweigh the other 2, but obviously turn meter gain is very nice, like I explained previously. The more turns you take, the better. If they're getting hit with dots, your team is going to get more turn meter. So, it's stuff like mechanics like that. It's not bad. And the one that I think is going to be slightly underrated, but it's not considered strong because the other 2 are clearly better, is Sith allies start the battle with damage immunity for 2 turns, which can't be copied. I kind of like that. If your team doesn't have a buff to spell and they cannot deal with your Sith right off the bat, then you're going to be in really good shape. So that one is going to be very, very good. And the next one is bad. Whenever Sith allies stagger or stun an enemy, they deal bonus damage equal to 35% of the enemy's max health, which can't be evaded. That is situational. So characters like Count Dooku going to do really, really well. But for the most part, it's not going to outweigh any of the other ones. And that's going to wrap up the Sith level 6. Alright guys, sorry, I got a call from work. I had to jump on that really quick, so a little pause in the action. But next up, Galactic Republic level 6. 2 clear strong ones. Very, very strong. At the start of battle, if there are no Galactic Legend allies, whenever a Galactic Republic ally with Protection Up assists, if there are no enemies with Protection Disruption, they inflict Protection Disruption on target enemy for 1 turn, which can't be dispelled, evaded, or resisted. While Galactic Republic allies have Protection Up, they gain 50% accuracy, counter chance, crit damage, and can ignore taunt effects. It's very powerful. Very, very powerful. The one thing about this that's confusing me, and I'll talk about it a little bit later, is part of this only turned on when there's no Galactic Legends? Or is the second part available for Galactic Legends? Because the way I'm reading it is that when you look at it here, the first sentence is the no Galactic Legend clause. But this one here, is this also a Galactic Legend clause or not? While Galactic Republic allies have Protection Up, they gain accuracy, crit chance, crit damage, and ignore taunt effects. So, the wording here is weird. Is this only meant for non-GL teams, or can this be used on Kenobi? So, I wish maybe I'm not understanding it, maybe you guys can clarify, but I'm pretty sure this is only going to work when there's no Galactic Legend allies, the whole thing. So, regardless, extremely strong, going to be used on a majority of your Galactic Republic teams, besides Kenobi, if it's worded the way I'm thinking. The next strong one, that I think is going to be your Kenobi Cron, is going to be whenever a Galactic Republic ally defeats an enemy, they take a bonus turn. This is very good for Cat. So when Commander Ahsoka Tano does her insta-kill, she'll gain a bonus turn and be able to pass back to Kenobi and get more fun interactions and stuff like that. So I do like the way this looks, and you might have to mod your cats to be a little bit faster this season. It's going to be awesome. There's 3 bad ones. Awful, awful, awful. Never going to want it. Whenever Galactic Republic ally attacks at a turn, they have 25% chance to remove 10% turn meter. Never going to be impactful. Whenever Galactic Republic allies recover health, they recover protection equal to the amount of health recovered. Galactic Republic allies can't recover protection this way more than once per turn or if their health is full. Not going to come into any sort of situation that's going to outweigh the other 2. And the worst one of the 5, whenever a Galactic Republic ally is critically hit, they recover 12% health. Absolutely terrible. These health recoveries on crits and whatever is just really bad crons. I can't understand why they do it. So let's talk about the level 9s. We're going to start out with Sith, and you're going to see that they're not all listed here. You're going to see one later. Strong is going to be Darth Maul, and I'll talk about something in a second at the end of this, but it sounds really good on paper. If the ally in the leader slot is Darth Maul, he gains 200% offense for the rest of battle. Whenever Sith allies stealth, they recover 30% health and protection, while Sith allies are stealth, they gain 100% crit chance and crit damage. Whenever a Sith ally uses an ability, Darth Maul assists. Now, on paper, sounds very good. He has evasion, he has stealth. He used to be very overpowered when Zetas were first released. The problem with the Sith faction right now is that Maz Kanata walks over them. So as much of a powerful Datacron this is, I don't think it's going to be defensive viable because of Maz Kanata. So unless we find something crazy on offense with him, I don't really know. Again, sounds very good on paper. If you're in a certain division of Grand Arena and your opponent doesn't have Maz Kanata, maybe this could be very powerful. But that is on paper very strong. Next up, Count Dooku. When riposte is removed on Count Dooku, inflict protection disruption on the weakest enemy for 2 turns. While Dooku has a stealth, separatist, or Sith ally, he gains 30 speed, deals 50% more damage during his turn, and deals 100% more damage when attacking out of turn. So this is very strong again on paper. I think this is going to have more of a use on a Trench team in TW than it will in Grand Arena, because Trench is... I haven't used Trench in Grand Arena unless it's a cleanup in a very long time, and the map is very small. So maybe in a 3v3 format, this would be actually decent. But if I had to guess, this is going to be your premier Trench TW Datacron, and it looks pretty good. The next decent one is going to be whenever Sith Assassin stealths, they reduce their cooldowns of their special abilities by 1. The reason why I'm listing this as decent is because she's in stealth quite a bit, and she has a pretty good turn meter gain on her middle ability. So the more times she's stealth, the more likely she's able to get that turn meter gain to her entire team. And I like turn meter gains. I like making my other Sith allies go. So That's why it's in the decent category. It's not a game-changing Datacron, but it's decent. It's nice to have. So that's why I like it. And the bad one, don't think it's going to impact any matchup. Sith Trooper. Whenever Sith Trooper critically hits an enemy, he stealths for 1 turn. Whenever he loses stealth, he gains 30% defense pen and 50% offense for 1 turn. So, I just don't know. I don't really use him that much anymore with Kylo. I'm more likely using First Order Officer, so I don't think it's going to be worth it to go for. Not the premier one I would go for the set, but if you end up getting it, then maybe you can have a use for it, but I don't think it's going to be that impactful. That's the Sith level 9. Now, moving on to the Galactic Republic level 9, and I ran out of room here, so this slide is a little bit different. It's very hard to fit everything in one slide. The first one that's very, very strong, that hopefully will make Mace pretty good on defense this season, we'll have to see, is Depa Billaba. Whenever Depa uses an ability, inflict a stack of investigation on target enemy for 2 turns. Whenever a stack of investigation is inflicted, Depa gains 5% offense, stacking 150% until the end of the encounter. Whenever an enemy is revealed, whenever they use a special ability, they ability block themselves for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. So, this could possibly cause issues for maybe a Malgus team. If you're permanently ability blocked, you're going to be in for a long night, unless they're immune to ability block. I don't remember. This looks to be pretty good. I think that in TW, it'll definitely have a use because of Mace's Omicrons, but maybe Mace won't be trash this season. We're going to have to see. It sounds pretty good on paper. The next strong one is Ahsoka Tano's Snips. If Padme Amidala is in the allied leader slot, whenever Snips attacks out of turn, Galactic Republic allies gain protection up 30% stacking for 3 turns. Whenever she dispels a debuff on herself, Galactic Republic allies gain protection up 10% for 2 turns. Works very well with the level 6, and maybe we see Padme come back on defense this season. I really don't know. I don't think it's gonna work with Kenobi because of the Galactic Legend clause on the level 6, but this has potential to be pretty powerful. Maybe in 3v3, we could see like a Padme, Snips, and General Kenobi kind of thing or something. Pretty interesting. I hope it's as strong as it sounds, so I like it. Next up, decent. Possible Master Mace mechanics. Whenever Mace Windu gains turn meter, he gains 5% health, max health stacking up to 200% till the end of the encounter. So, the weird thing about this is that if he's on a Kenobi team, I'm pretty sure they're immune to turn meter gains. While Mace Windu has resilient defense, and Shatterpoint is removed, inflict Shatterpoint on a random enemy until the end of the encounter. I like this a lot. This would be very good in a Kenobi team. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with Shatterpoint, Mace recovers 10% health. Whenever Mace uses an ability on a stunned enemy, reduce the cooldown of Smite by 1. That Smite move is his stun. So, the one thing I really like about this one, and it's pretty decent, is that the Shatterpoint mechanic. I think inflicting Shatterpoint over and over and over is going to be very strong. Practically makes the team very, very good. Especially in TW, Mace is very plug and play as much as he's tied to Galactic Republic. You can do some crazy things. So, really looking forward to this one, and I like it. Next decent one. Jedi Knight Anakin. Whenever Jedi Knight Anakin takes a bonus turn, all allies recover 25% health protection, and his cooldowns are reset. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Whenever Anakin uses a basic ability while ability blocked, he dispels it and ability blocks a target enemy for 1 turn. That's pretty interesting. So they're giving him an ability block on the basic if he's ability blocked. I don't think it's going to make much use in Kyber 1, to be honest with you. I don't think you're going to see Anakin do a lot. But if you're in the lower end of like maybe Chromium or Rhodium, maybe lower Kyber, using this on a Qui-Gon Jinn team could be pretty decent. Having his cooldowns reset guaranteed on when he gets his bonus turn is pretty nice. So hopefully that's a lot of damage. And the one bad one is going to be Echo. I mean, attacking at a turn and getting hella protection recovery, it's not going to impact any matchups. It's more of a banner recovery mechanic, and that's not going to do anything for a gas team. So this is one you're not going to want to roll. If you get this, I feel bad. So now we're going to move on to the OP category, which I like to dedicate to every set to talk about the most overpowered level 9 that I would recommend that everyone goes for first, and it's going to be Emperor Palpatine. By far the strongest of the set, and the one that I'll be looking forward to the most on defense. The first time Emperor Palpatine is defeated, if there's an active ally, the enemy who defeated him is instantly defeated. Whenever shock or stun expires from an enemy, inflict buff immunity, 1 stack of damage over time, and healing immunity on all enemies for 1 turn. Huge fan of this. I think it's going to be amazing. If you get rid of him too early, you're going to instant defeat your own character. Unless you're using a Galactic Legend, this is going to be a problem. So imagine you're going against a Darth Vader Dual Zen team, and you insta-kill Palpatine first. Your cat's going down. She is dying, so this is going to be pretty interesting. Just looking forward to the Palpatine being a strong defensive team. Wouldn't use this on offense because you don't want him to die, because that's just going to end up ruining your banner. So this is going to be a very good defensive Datacron, and I am really looking forward to it, and hopefully it makes him pretty powerful. So, next up, got to talk about the focus Datacrons, because there are going to be focus Datacrons this set. So, starting out with 4th place. Gave a little bit of a preview in the previous Sith section, and I'm going to move myself once again, and I guess I'll make myself a little bit bigger. I might have to move myself for the other ones, but 4th place, Darth Revan. It's such a shame, because one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, and the fact that they're doing this during a Sith set is just so annoying. It really is. The level 3. At the start of Darth Malik's turn, dispel all debuffs on them. They recover 5% health for each debuff dispelled this way. So if you're a lower end player, maybe you go for a focus Datacron from Malik and you have him unlocked, and you wanted to do some crazy solos. This is pretty good if you're worried about him getting stunned, because when he does that, he's going to cleanse all debuffs, and he's going to be able to take constant turns. So this can be pretty annoying for an early game Malik, but for late game, I don't think it's going to do too much. Level 6. Whenever Bastila Shan inflicts a debuff, they recover 25% of their max health and HP with limit once per turn. Obviously, Held Protection recovery is nice. She already has that with Corrupted Battle Meditation, but I'm just simply not thinking it's going to be worth it compared to the Sith level 6. It's decent, if anything. In the Darth Revan level 9, whenever a Sith ally dispels Foresight, blind that enemy for 1 turn. Whenever Darth Revan uses a basic ability during their turn, call all Sith Empire allies to assist. At the start of Darth Raven, not Revan, Raven's turn, if no other enemy has Corrupted Battle Meditation, inflict Corrupted Battle Meditation on a random enemy. Yeah, so I'm thinking that the Mass Swarm on a basic is nice. I do like that a lot, but I don't know, and I'm going to explain because of the stats. You're going to see you're getting 70% tenacity, health, and armor pen. Half the team doesn't do physical damage. There are special damage dealers. That armor pen does nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, like, the fact that they're giving this armor pen is just so weird. They deal special damage. They should have given it resistance pen. Then it would have been actually pretty good. I probably would have put it in 3rd place. But the stats are not enough. I mean, obviously the health on a Malgus team is great. I'm getting 100% max health. Or 100% health. That's very good for Malgus' big hit. But the other damage is just simply not going to be enough. But the Mass Swarm on a basic is pretty nice. I do like that. But I think the other set's going to be way better for Darth Revan personally. So let me know what you guys think about that. That's my 4th place. 3rd place is going to be Dedra Meero. And I was able to do a little bit of a sneak peek of a battle against it. And it was pretty decent, but not anything to be scared of. The level 3, KX Security Droid. Whenever KX Security Droid loses Taunt, remove 50% Terminator from all enemies. Obviously a very strong mechanic when you're a tank. 50% Terminator removal is quite a bit from all enemies, so I'm a big fan of that. The level 6, Major Partagas. At the start of each encounter, Major Partagas' turns, they reset their cooldowns and lose 5% health for each turn each ability was reduced. Major Partagas can't be defeated this way, so there's resetting his cooldowns. He can't be targeted. He's going to practically have that Mass Swarm up a lot. It's pretty strong. Level 9, Dedra Meero. Dedra has 100% defense until the end of the encounter. Once per turn, whenever an ISP ally uses an ability, Dedra Assist. Undermine ISP allies deal 50% more damage when using an ability out of turn. At the start of each Undermine ally's turn, they take 1 damage, which can't defeat them. So, more damage. She's tanky. She's assisting. It's not bad. I'm not a big overall expecting big things from the ISP faction unless we're able to test and see what's going to happen. I'll make a prediction after this, but the max stats are defense, crit avoid, and health. Practically the Yoda and Chewie Kron from the previous set, just a little bit of reduced health, I believe. What you're going to end up seeing is you're going to see that this focus Datacron is used strictly for stats. You're not going to see it used on a Dedra Meero team. It's going to be for a stat check. You're going to put it on an Ahsoka team, a Lord Vader team, a Rey team. That's where you're going to see this being used because of the stats. The stats are great. Very defensively, very strong, but don't think you're going to see it much with the Dedra Meero team. So that's why it's in 3rd place. Now, 2nd place. I might get some controversy about this, but it's what I believe. 2nd place, Luminara. I think, I'm going to go into everything, but I think you're going to end up using this on a Stranger Maul team, Spider Maul team, and I'll explain why later. But the level 3, it's a repeat. It's very strong. Kit Fisto has 100% health steal. At the start of the battle, grant guard to all other Galactic Republic Jedi allies until Kit Fisto is defeated. Very strong mechanic. Chewbacca has guard. You can't be critically hit. Kit Fisto and all allies with guard have 100% accuracy, have their health and protection equalized at the start of each ally's turn. Whenever Kit Fisto attacks out of turn, he recovers 20% health and protection and lowers the cooldowns of Turn the Tide by 1. Whenever Kit Fisto uses a special ability, all Galactic Republic allies gain Retribution for 2 turns. Whenever he uses a basic ability, dispel all buffs on the target enemy. So, Kit Fisto is not a character that a lot of players have up and running. If you did use him in the Naboo raid, that's good for you. But with Relic Delta now in the mix, you're gonna if you want to use it with him, you're gonna have to bring him the Relic 7, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's still a very strong level 3. We got to see how it's gonna turn out in the set. The level 6 Ki-Adi-Mundi, a character that not a lot of players are gonna have. If the ally in the leader slot is not a Galactic Legend, the following effects are active. Once per battle, when Ki-Adi-Mundi switches to Ataru form, instantly defeat target enemy. Pretty cool, he has an insta-kill when he switches forms. Once per battle, when Ki-Adi-Mundi switches to Makashi form, revive a random defeated ally. So he has a revive, and he has a instant defeat. Once per battle. You're going to revive once, and you're going to instant defeat once. That's pretty cool. What matchup is this going to impact is the question. So, maybe on defense, if you set this with, like, a Keller and Beck team, maybe? I don't know. We're going to have to see. I like the instant defeat, but if you're using a Galactic Legend that can't be instant defeated, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're going to have to figure out the combo. Now, the level 9. Whenever an enemy attacks at a turn, all enemies are inflicted with buff disruption for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled, evaded, or resisted. All allies gain a stack of heal over time and protection over time for 2 turns. At the start of Luminara Unduli's turn, all allies with less than 50% health gain 2 stacks of heal over time for 2 turns. I think this is going to be the plug-and-play FDC for a Stranger Maul team, because Satil Shan relies on protection, right? If you're attacking at a turn, which you constantly are to deal damage, they are getting inflicted with protection disruption, so I'm pretty sure that's going to nullify their protection. That's going to be a very good counter. I'm a big fan of it. I think that this will be the premier Stranger Maul focused Datacron, specifically because of the Luminara level 9. But that's a very early guess. I'm just predicting that that's what we're going to see. The stats are great. Very, very good. Crit damage, 100%. 100% offense. Tenacity and potency. So all very good stuff for a Spider Maul Stranger team as well. Star Killer with extra offense and crit damage is going to do some crazy big damage. I love it. I'm a big fan of it. It's a great level focused Datacron. Very close to first place, but it's going to be second. And that leaves the final one for first place, and it's the Cassian's focused Datacron. I've seen it in action. It's very, very good, and going to surprise a lot of people. And the good thing is that anybody that went to 4-star or 5-star Cassian practically has the team up and running at Relic, so this is going to be actually usable. It's going to be very usable for everybody. I'm a big fan of it. The level 3, Cinta Kaz. Whenever Cinta Kaz stealths, they also reduce the cooldown of their special abilities by 1. Very good, because that'll lead her to faster death marks along the way. So the more she stealths, the more cooldown reduction. Very, very good. Level 6, Vel Sartha. Whenever another ally recovers protection, Vel Sartha gains Foresight for 1 turn. Very annoying, frustrating. There's constant health and protection recovery gains in her unique. She's going to be getting Foresight a lot. This level 6, very annoying. I've faced it already. Clea Marquis. Whenever Clea Marquis critically hits an enemy, Clea Marquis gains damage immunity for 1 turn, which can't be copied. 25% turn meter, and blinds that enemy for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. If the enemy was target locked, Clea Marquis also gains protection up 100%, retribution, and speed up for 2 turns. Very good. Very good. The blind is annoying. The damage immunity is annoying. The protection up. It's a very strong level 9. It's going to make her very annoying. Level 12, Luthen. Whenever a summon ally is damaged, all allies gain 20% offense for 1 turn stacking and 20% turn meter. Very, very good. So, if your decoy is getting hit and you can't avoid it, your allies are getting 20% offense, so they're going to be hitting a lot harder. It's very good, and extra turn meter gain is really good as well. Now, the level 15, which is Bananas Overpowered. Whenever a Rebel Fighter ally gains turn meter, they deal bonus true damage equal to 20% of their max health to undermined enemies. Whenever a Rebel Fighter receives 2 or more instances of damage from an undermined enemy during their turn, Dispel Undermine on that enemy and inflict Undermine on them for 1 turn, which can't be dispelled or resisted. So it's very strong. Very strong. You're practically killing your team. I used Queen Amidala with a Wampacron against Cassian with this team, and my Padawan Obi-Wan's AoE killed my own teammate. So it's a good banner stealing move. It's very annoying, and I think it's going to be doing big things this season. And the stats, pretty good overall. Crit damage, health steal, 125% defense, and tenacity. Not as strong as the Luminara stats, but still a very good focus Datacron that should be accessible to a lot of the community, because if you went for a 4 or 5 star Cassian, you will be able to use this. Even a 3-star Cassian will be working as well. But that's my opinion, guys, on the focus Datacrons. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little review. We got one more slide for you. It's a little bit long of a video, but got to talk about everything. This is going to be my cheat sheet for the meta, and I'm going to move myself over here. This will be available in my Discord. This is what I was talking about earlier. So this is what it looks like in the full screen, hiding my mug. Got everything that I would recommend, not in any particular order. I tend to like to lead the ones you prioritize on the left, but the middle can be kind of fluctuated on. But I think that's the focus Datacron order, going over all the better level 3s and 6s. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this list. Do you guys agree with the ones I recommended? Do you guys not agree with it? Let me know all in the comment section down below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content and to be notified for future videos from your boy Vex. So hopefully this helped. May the force be with you all, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.